Josh Smith with GottaBeMobile.com. Today we're taking a look at the Moto X. This is the AT&T version. It comes with the option to customize this. So we use the Moto Maker, no extra charge, to pick the main color, accent colors for the camera ring, and these buttons on the side, as well as this front white color. You can pick the colors you want, so you don't need to actually go and buy a case. And here's another really cool feature about this. The ability to quickly see notifications when they come in without leaving this lock screen. So when we get a new notification, we see the little icon pop up there, and I can see who's sending this, what account they sent it to, their contact picture, and all of their information. I can swipe up to go into that, I can swipe to the right to get rid of it, or I can go down to also get rid of it. This is really how notifications should be done on a smartphone. I think Motorola really nailed that feature. And they also have another really cool feature. You can control this without touching it with your voice. You can say, "Okay, Google now, find the closest gas station."
There are several listings for gas station within 20 miles.
So you can do stuff like that if you're on the road, control your phone while you're driving. Say you want to listen to some music. You've probably seen this in a Moto X ad. "Okay, Google now, play Daft Punk." And so what's cool is it will pick and let you choose what you want to use. So I've set it up to use Spotify, because that's the music subscription service I subscribe to. But you can use it for other stuff, and it'll just automatically start playing. You don't have to do anything else, you don't have to touch it. It just starts working. Really amazing features built right in there. The overall design of this phone is very nice. This isn't a plastic like you see on the Galaxy S4. It's not a metal like the iPhone 5S or the HTC One. What it is a nice polycarbonate material, and we should see some type of wood option in the near future for this back part for people who use the Moto Maker. And what you end up with is just a really solid feeling phone. It's a little bit heavier than, say, an iPhone 5S, and maybe a little bit thicker, but this rounded edge means it fits really good in your hand. And even though we have a larger 4.7-inch screen, the overall size is pretty close to the iPhone 5S and iPhone 5. So you can still use this with one hand without really much issue. Some users may be concerned that this has a 720p display, while a lot of the Android competition is using a higher 1080p display. And that's fair, but in our experience, using this display to watch movies, to catch up on a few TV shows, to read books in Kindle, and do other things on the device, it really serves the purpose. It would be great if we had a higher resolution display, but this one works out just fine, and it shouldn't hold you back from purchasing the device. In terms of performance, another ding that some people have is it doesn't have the same specs as a Galaxy S4 and HTC One, but it's snappy to get around. We don't notice lag while we're jumping between apps and using the device, and really there's no reason to worry about the actual performance of this smartphone. Another really nice feature is, say you want to use the camera, there's actually a gesture to turn the camera on, and you just have to master it, and once you figure it out, it works. You just shake your wrist a little bit there, and then you're ready to start taking pictures. There are some different options in the camera here where you can swipe in and choose a few different things. You can choose HDR. We've had the best results turning HDR to on. You can change your flash, you can choose tap to focus, and there's even a slow motion video feature, although you can't choose when to slow down and when to speed up right before you share, as easy as you can on the iPhone 5S. There's also a panorama mode. There is no photosphere, so that's an odd kind of thing to leave off considering it's basically a Google-owned company. But that's a quick look at the camera. We've been able to take some really amazing looking photos with the camera on this, although we do complain mainly about the inability to kind of tap to set the exposure area. So if I wanted the exposure down here to not take in all that brightness, I can't really set that because as soon as I tap it, it's going to take the photo. So that's something to keep in mind. And so you kind of have to move the phone around a little bit to get it right where you need it to be. Overall, the Moto X is a really impressive smartphone. It's $199 on contract. We've seen it on sale for $99 or $179 depending on where you look, although the deals don't typically go for the customizable options that let you pick the colors and items that you want. One thing that's really cool about the colors, say you've always wanted your school colors or your favorite sports team's colors, you can pretty much do that. You can create a Dolphins, a Niners, a Packers, whoever you want. You can't drop a logo on there, of course, but you can pick the accent colors and the main color that closely matches your team. Head over to GottaBeMobile.com to check out our full review and find out why the Moto X got an Editor's Choice Award.